Namaste. Welcome to the second part of Einstein and Education. If you haven't watched first part, please go back and see that because there is a continuation from it, and do subscribe our channel to keep on watching more video. So last time what we saw in Einstein and Education, we started with his life journey, his love for mathematics, and his publications of two research papers of importance and of value. Today, we will begin with a very simple thing which Einstein loved the most is mathematics. And today's date is 21st of March 2021. And if I have to create one equation using those digits, this is one equation which I have created. 2 minus 1 plus 0 plus 3 equals to 2 plus 0 plus 2 multiplied by 1. And both the sides you would get the answer 4. Apart from mathematics, Einstein loved music. In fact, in one of the plays he shared that music is life. He understands and he lives in the music. Everything is music for him. And if I was not a physicist, I would have been a musician. That's what Einstein talked about. So music was very near and deep to his heart. But he didn't work much on the sound, he worked on light. This whole of a universe is made up of some lights. We see because of the light. And from centuries, there was a fight between light. So what is light made up of? Scientists were trying to figure it out, what is light made up of. In 17th century, physicists like Newton and the others tried to figure it out what is light. Newton and his team, the other scientists, said that light is like a particle, while other scientists believe light is like a wave in nature. So what is the nature of the light? Since then there was a fight going on. Some of the experiments proved that it is wave in nature and not the particle as Newton believed. But at that point of a time, many agreed with the Newton because Newton was the chairman and a very popular figure. But later it proved out that it worked as a wave. And suddenly, with the advent of 20th century, one of the experiments gave a different result. And they couldn't figure it out whether light is a particle in nature or a wave in nature. And that experiment was called as photoelectric effect. So Einstein started working and thinking about this. And what he proposed is something unique, something very important for our life and our education. We always want this or that. Either it's a right answer or a wrong answer. It cannot be in middle. It has to be black and white. Either you are successful or you are not successful. But what about if I'm moving towards the success? What about I failed once doesn't mean that I'm failure for whole of my life. Right? So moving out of this duality, just like what he did with the time, he did with the light. He proposed something. Let's have something called as a wave packet. So in a wave, let's say some amount of particle has been trapped. And the nature of a light is heuristic in nature. What does that mean? That means it leads to the revelation. It would reveal to itself. And what he called that wave packet as a photon. So the word photon is first time comes into the existence thanks to this beautiful theory for which he also got a Nobel Prize along with another American scientist. It was a pending Nobel Prize which he got. Let us learn a little bit more about this theory because it has a very much relevance with our education. Our education also wants either students are like this or they are not student. They are not a good fit. Everything is seen from one system perspective. But we need to reveal it as a heuristic in nature. The knowledge should lead to the better knowledge. A light should lead to a light, but in today's world it is either a dark or a light. And these fights will keep on going on. But Einstein resolved this issue and brought forward a wonderful theory and that opened up a doorway for many more advances in science and technology which we are benefited in today's world. With the light, we come here to the energy sources. So light, we can correlate with the knowledge and also correlate with the knowledge. And all these three are energy, right? Light is an energy. Knowledge is an energy. And he proposed something which was a mystery for all of us. And what is that? How energy is converted into a mass, into a matter. And Einstein, with his famous theory and the famous equation which we all now know, E equal to mc square, that energy is converted into the mass when the speed is of the speed of the light. So now when you really get that light, the lightning speed of the knowledge, that energy gets transformed into the matter. Now let us connect this with the education. So there is this knowledge which we receive, but to communicate, to express it out, we use different medium. I can use symbols, languages. I can use numerals, that is also a language, which I use in mathematics. I can use lines and drawings and colors. I can use my body movement. I can use my voice, music. So there are various ways to move it, and that's how it becomes a concrete, a matter which one can see it, one can feel it, one can hear it, one can taste it. So the knowledge as an energy is getting transformed or represented through some symbols, through some medium. So what we are studying is we are taking up this matter, this medium of knowledge, and through that we want to reach to that highest knowledge, to that truth. But we start fighting here, we start dividing here, arts is separate, science is separate, humanities is different, geography is different than the history, and so on and so forth. But it is all conversion, the energy is one. It depends upon what mass has been given, what quality has been transformed over there. This is the second interesting perspective I would like to bring to all of you to think about it. That why we stuck at this level. So what Einstein wanted to do is, he wanted to bring everything together. You know one thing and you have solved. You know one theory of physics, of a natural phenomena, and you can apply it into electromagnetism, you can apply it into optics, you can apply it into heat, you can apply it into atomic level particle, you can apply it into the planetary motion, wherever, whatever things you want to apply, you will get the answers. So he wanted to unified theory. He wanted a unified field. You can resemble like kind of a oneness, that equality. Let us now understand the power of the energy, the power which is there within our hands, in our mouth, in our eyes, in our ears, in whole of our whole system is made up of the power. Let us listen, let us experience this energy, this power which everyone has in our hand. Okay, so what you need to do is you can keep your hands some shoulder distance apart, and first you're going to have a bang like this, and then bring your hands far, bring it near as slowly as possible, and bring it apart and bring it near, and do it some 20-30 times till you feel it some. This is an experiment. Take it this as an experiment. Observe what you are doing, how it has been happening, what is happening within your body. If your mind gets distracted, bring it back. And what is happening between your palms, between your fingers? What are the sensations occurring around? Take a pause the video and do this. And Write down in comment what do you experience. You will find some push and pull. The life is all about this push and pull. This energy, which is potential, getting converted into the kinetic, and kinetic building it up into new potential. And this motion keeps on going. We are attracted and we are repelled. Einstein also got attracted, got married twice. Einstein also did many mistakes, and we all do too. One of his regret of life is moving his finger. Yeah, figuratively, that's what he said. That if I knew it, if the Germans are not making an atom bomb, I would not have moved my finger. That was his sentence after the atomic bombing, because he wrote a letter to the president of US that Nazis might be working to build an atom bomb. So you should do something. And that's how we believe that Manhattan Project and the atomic bomb, the transform of energy to matter and from matter to that energy, the very famous equation which we just studied right now, became a weapon, a knowledge turned into the darkness, and knowledge can turn into the light. So knowledge has that power, that energy. It depends upon how we hold it and who is holding it. This is something interesting to learn. So we assume many things in our life, and Einstein accepted it. I assume because other scientists, and we were fearful, we were frightened. Einstein lived for almost a year or lesser than a year as a refugee. He didn't had any nationality. He went to England first. There he met even the Churchill over there. But he didn't got the nationality over there. And by the time he got an offer from US, and then he took up the US citizenship and shifted to US in 1933. He wrote the letter in 1939-1940, and in 1946 or 45, I don't remember the exact year, the atomic bombing happened on Japan. And Einstein lived another 10 years. In 1956, he left his body. So his work remained undone of unifying that theory and unifying people's heart and bring peace on the earth. And this is the work left for us to find out what would be that one knowledge, one thing if we are able to bring, we can unify it. It's a circular motion. It weaves all of us together. But what is most important, just like we are talking about this, about the pi day, the 3.14, the circumference divided by the diameter. So there are various chords in the circle, right? You know the circle and there are chords. But only the diameter is the longest chords, which divides things equally, one. Yet it unites the very seemingly opposite views together to the center. So till we get this central point of humanity to the center of our heart, that our inner friend, which I call it as a Sa, we would have our difficulties and we would be attracted towards certain things and we would be repelled. We would destruct many things and we would construct very few. And the true construction happens in the silence. So do one exercise, draw a circle without a center, without using a rounder. Can you draw a circle? And see how much practice it requires to make a perfect circle where each point is equal. Everyone is treated equally. Everyone is included in the education. Everyone has the right for education. And not the way we want it, the way the learner wants it. It's education for the learner, for the student. These are some of the important concepts I felt to share with all of you and to talk about the life journey of Einstein and its relevance with education. with keeping the circle in Python. And it's all behold to what we observe. Our observation is not to become our projection of the world view, but just seeing that world with the awe, with a sense of wonder, because creativity is intelligence having fun. It's the power of observations, our eye. Einstein famously said his view about science and religion. He said, without religion, science is lame, and religion without science is blind. So we need to get this eye now, because science is also turning into another religion. People are blindly believing whatever research are coming it up and implementing and living their life. We are not living a good scientific and artistic life. That's one of our regret, and we need to work upon this to start seeing beauty, start seeing light around us, develop the power of observation and concentration. As we work to find out the peace, what is the solution? And Einstein shares with us that love is the answer. And the very first thing which we can teach, or a gift rather than teaching, it's a learning. A gift which we can give is love to learn. And through this channel and through various other programs, I attempt to unify all the different things and blossoms like a flower, what we call it as love to learn. X, Y, and Z. Anything, anywhere, anytime. Namaste for watching this video. If you liked it, please subscribe our channel as well as share it with others. Thank you.